Right, let's go and collect the race number. It's one of those races where you collect it on the day. Not a flat course. You start on a karting track doing a lap, maybe a lap and a bit, I can't remember now, around there. Then you go out onto the roads. Then there's a steep hill. It's not a long hill, but a steepish hill. And then once you're at the top, there's a long downhill, and then a flat section back to the track, and another lap of the track to the finish. 5 mile race, unusual distance, but looking forward to it.
Did you have the photo?
So we're just about to start the Wombwell 5. We had the most unusual delay to the start, and that was there was such a queue for the ladies' toilets that some of them wouldn't have made the start. So we had about a 10-minute delay to the start until they'd finished with the ladies' toilets. So we're off now. This course starts on a karting track, go-kart track, and I would say it's about 1 kilometre around the track, something like that, I think. So you start on this track and do a lap of it, and then you go out onto the road, and then once you come back you do a lap of the track, or maybe just a bit more of a lap of the track to the finish. We actually go through the finish in a bit in the opposite direction to the finish. Just setting off at a nice steady pace. 5 mile race, as I said, 8 kilometres. Quick look back there and you can see all the people behind already. It's nice and cool this morning, nice conditions to run in, not much of a breeze. And this bit we've just come slightly down from where we start at this point, and we're going to head slightly back up just here. We're not talking much at all though, just the slightest of inclines. So it says finish here, but we come through the finish the other way. We actually, as you can see, there's a white line. We'll come down on the right hand side and then do 1 lap and then finish on this left hand side. So heading back along here, and on the left was where we started. Just chatting there to one of the runners from our running club, one of the faster runners. We're going to go along here and then we leave the karting circuit and go onto the road. So we're just coming off the karting track now. A little bit of just rough section just here, but not difficult to run on. And nice and flat. A few puddles. Best way through puddles is straight through them, not round them. And then we're onto the road just here. They actually have a rolling roadblock for the first part of this course, so at this part we're allowed on the road to stay on the left hand side. Traffic can't be coming towards us. Lovely and flat, this nice smooth tarmac path, and we'll come back this way, the opposite way to where I'm running now when we finish. And when we come back, because there isn't the rolling roadblock, then we have to stay on the footpath at all times. So as I said, this bit's lovely and flat, and then I think it's maybe a mile and a quarter, something like that. It's a really short, steep hill. So we're going to chat with another one of the faster runners from our running club.
Run in front of me and then I can film you, then you'll be on the video.
No way I can stay with him.
Okay, does your one more big in it, Mick?
It's still nice and flat here. We've got a few sharp turns to do on the road before we go up the hill. And you can't see the hill from here. It lures you into a false sense of security, but those of us that have done it before know there's a hill coming up. So we turn around to the left here, and then just along there we make a sharpish right turn as well. Pretty spaced out already, pretty easy to pass people if you need to. And again, it's still so flat, this part of the course from when we left the raised tack going along here. So I said just before the start, this is a 5-mile race. We're just coming up to the 1 mile sign. I can just see in the distance on this next lamppost. 5-mile race, unusual distance I suppose, but it always seems shorter because they call it 5 mile to me, rather than if they said 8k. I'd think, yeah, that's nearly a 10k, but it seems shorter when they say 5 mile. I suppose it's because a park run is 5 kilometres, it just sounds like that to me. So we've done 1 mile, maybe a quarter of a mile, and then we're going to go up the hill. It's just one short steep hill. It's worth saving a little bit so you can push up the hill. I live on a hill, I know I've mentioned it before on my videos, so I don't mind hills at all. It's still hard, but I don't mind them. And then once you've got to the top of that hill, there is one other little short incline drag, but once you get up there, you're right at the top of the hill. It's all downhill and flat to the finish, so it's worth putting the effort in on the hill. Again, once another sharp right turn here. Still nice and flat. Being nice and easy to keep a good pace up along this part of the course. And even though the uphill section is short and steep, the downhill is spread over a lot longer distance, so it's quite nice. You can let your leg go and pick up some good pace on the downhill section. Probably just another couple of 100 metres till the hill starts. Once we get around this corner, we should be able to see it. Not sure the camera will pick it up, but I can see it now. Because of the distance, it's not my 5k pace, it's like my 10k pace I've set off at. I feel really good at this point, legs feel fine, don't feel tired. Past a few people that sounded like they'd set off too fast and were out of breath. Once we get to this hill, I like a good hill, I find it a challenge, see if I can pass some people on the hill. So we're going up the hill now. This is where I'm going to sort of try and maintain my pace, because I know it's only a short steep hill. See if I can pass a few people going up here. The cameras never show the steepness of hills, just how steep they are. So I'm passing quite a few people now going up here. I feel really good on this hill. Just to make sure once I'm up here they don't pass me again, of course. And it's not far, we're probably halfway up now, so starting to feel a little bit tired, but I can keep this pace going now and push up here and push past these people. I often think it's the advantage of living on a hill where all my training run involve running up hills. Sometimes wished I lived somewhere that was flatter so I could do some more runs. I usually have to travel somewhere if I want a flat run. So we're almost at the top now. It started to flatten off a little bit now. And we're going to take a left turn. I know there's a slight downwards section once we take the left turn, so it gives you a good chance to recover. It'll be only 30 metres, and we're going to take a left turn then. And then we're still going up slightly, but it's only the gentlest incline now. Because you've gone up a steep hill, you can tell in your legs that it's flattened off a little bit. We go around here now, it's flat, and we're going to start to go down a little bit now. There's just one more slight uphill section, but it's very gentle and not too long.
Thank you.
Legs still feel good after the hill, breathing's okay. Starting to get back into rhythm of breathing because I pushed hard on the hill. And this bit here gives you plenty of chance to recover. So we're starting to go down now. You can see people in front letting their legs go a little bit. This is where we're going to take a left turn, and this is the last little uphill section here, but it's not steep. It's maybe a few hundred metres long, but not steep at all. If you'd set off on this, you'd think it was fairly flat at the start, because we've just come up a big hill. You can just feel it a little bit. I'm still feeling pretty good here. once we get to the top up here, we take a left turn when we get to the top of this little incline, and then it's a long downhill or flat all the way to the finish. And as I said, it's not a steep downhill, so you can certainly let your legs go, pick your pace up, and push on to the finish. Just going up to the next mile marker, the 2 mile marker. Still going slightly upwards, but it's not steep. You can certainly keep a good pace going up here. And it's not much further, and we'll be at the highest point then. So you know you can push up here, knowing that you've got plenty of chance to get some recovery on the downhill section. Even though we're still going up slightly, it's a little bit flatter at this point. Not much further now to the highest point. And go along to the end here, just past where this tree is, I think, and then take a left turn. Again, as I said, it's almost flat now at this point. You're very slightly going up, but not by much. So this is it, left turn, and we're at the highest point now, and we're going to start to maybe another 30 metres and then start to head downhill. So we are just gently going down at this point. This bit's not quite flat, I would say it's gradually just going down a little bit, but fairly flat. At this point we're just going to have to cross over onto the other side in a bit. Once we go around this corner we're going to take a left turn, and that's where we really start to head downhill then. So I can see people in front starting to cross over, no traffic coming. Just looking to my left then, just making sure I don't want to cut someone off. There's someone behind me, I don't want to cut them off if they were trying to come past. So this little bit's flat. As soon as we turn left here, we're going to be heading downhill. Like the camera doesn't pick up hills, it doesn't always pick up the downhills as well either, the same. But it's nice, this downhill. It's not too steep, you can certainly let your legs go on the downhill. I'm still trying to take a little bit of care today. I had a sore hamstring last week after running, or just over a week ago, so it's been okay. Lots of stretches and exercises. Don't want to risk any more injury on it.
Thank you, Marshall.
So we're still heading down here. Again, like I say, it's not too steep. Got a fairly flat section coming up in a bit, and then it just continues down again. We're still quite high up to the point where we actually started. The sign on the lamppost there, we need to stay on the pavement now from this point. Just going to go up on the pavement here, just trying to take the shortest route. And we're starting to go down again now. Hopefully we can all pick our pace up a little bit. Legs are feeling good at this point. Just a case of we all seem to be going a similar pace, just letting our legs go. The rain's held off as well. It had been forecast, I think it was only like a 30-40% chance of heavy rain, but it had forecast heavy rain for 9:30 when this race started. This guy was just looking to let me pass, but I feel like I'm just running the same pace as him. I can't, I'd have to make a real effort to try and pass him. Just happy at this point just to go with this pace, just stay with him. He seems to have just eased off a little bit now, so I'll just get past.
And you.
Just going on the road at this point. Not really supposed to, but my stride pattern just didn't take me up the curb correctly. As soon as I get around this corner, there's a chance I'll get back onto the footpath. Again, it's a little bit flat at this point, but we've still got more downhill to go. I can actually see, well, there's a few runs in front, further in front. I can see some of them just on the edge of the road as well. 3-mile marker, just 2 miles left to go, and that 2 miles is either downhill or flat, and a good kilometre of that is on the go-kart track when we get back as well. So now this junction's here, I'm going to get up onto the footpath. It looks like everyone's done that as well now. Seem to be catching a few of these up just here on this little flat bit. I don't feel like I picked my pace, but I just feel like the people just in front of them, it just seems to have slowed down, eased off a little bit. I can just start to feel my hamstring a little bit now, so I'm not going to push too hard. I just seem to, when I went to one of those where you go up the curb like this, I seem to just alter my stride and push my left foot down hard. I could just feel it on my Achilles, so I'm not going to push on. I'm just going to continue at this gentle pace. If someone passes me, they pass, like that guy's just done there. If not, I'll just see how it goes. Yeah, these are the people that I passed coming past me again now. I don't want to push my pace any faster than this and risk an injury. There's only probably 1.5 miles to go now. Back up onto the footpath.
Thank you. Thank you, Marshall.
So we're back now at the lowest point.
Thank you.
Take a right turn here, and now we're heading back the way we came to the start. Lovely and flat this as well. It's nice to keep a good constant pace up. In fact, it's flat all the way to the finish now. Just on the go-kart track, the slightest rise and fall, but nothing much. Because we have to stay on the pavement. They haven't got the road. The rolling roadblock was only for the way out. We've been told we have to stay on the footpath. Just means there's a couple of sharp corners as we get along here. Also, if you're just trying to pass someone, it's a little bit narrow. I can hear someone behind me. I'm just going to try and keep out their way, just in case they want to get past. It's pretty narrow here. It's hard to let someone past at this point with the cars parked. Hopefully once we get here they can get past if they need to. Marshals have been fantastic as always. An awful lot of marshals today as well. I don't know how many there are, but there seem to be an awful lot of them. Yeah, I can hear the guy coming past now. He can get past. He's just moved over to the side. I just don't want to risk my hamstring. I just want to get to the finish now, get my medal. Followed these runners just onto this bit of the road, just as we got past that puddle. Get back up on the footpath now. Just because I've eased off a slight little bit, this pace seems really easy to me. Doesn't feel hard at all. Too far now, we'll be back on the racetrack. For some reason it seems longer coming back than on the way out this section. Obviously it's the same distance, just feels longer on the way back. Lots of signs they put up saying stay on the footpath. They did tell us at the start in the brief as well. Lots of people starting to push for the finish now. Coming past me, I can hear a few more people behind me as well.
Thank you.
Just round this last corner, and it's not far, and we will be back onto the racetrack and the finish. Lost mile marker sign, that's 4 miles, just 1 mile to go. Probably 2/3 of that's going to be on the running track as well. Sorry, not the running track, the go-kart track.
Thank you.
And Marshall supporting us all there. They've all been fantastic, and I said that once. If you enjoy my videos as well, please like and subscribe. If you subscribe, it just means you get a notification. Doesn't mean you have to watch any of them at all. And maybe 100 metres and we'll be taking a right turn back onto the track. So we're just going to turn in now. Just take right here and then immediately left. And then 50 feet and we'll be back onto the go-kart track. And we just do one lap this time in a clockwise direction. When we set off, we ran in an anti-clockwise direction. So here we are, we're onto the track. From here it's probably, I don't know, 200 metres to the finish. So the people on the right hand side, they've done this 200 metre section and then done just doing their full lap of the track. This last guy that passed me, I might just see if I can try and stay with him now. I don't want to push too hard to the finish, don't want to risk any injury. I feel really good at this pace, but I know if I try and push hard and stretch, that's when I might injure my hamstring, so I better take care with it. I can hear a few people behind me as well, because I can hear them encouraging these runners on the right, people they know. Yeah, a couple from my running club coming past. So as we come down here, we're going to go past the finish line, but on the left hand side. So as you can see, we're on the left hand side now. We're going to go through what's the finish. We've just got one lap of the track to do. Those on the right, they've just finished. It's misleading, this part. Everyone says that you get to the track and you think you're finished, and then you've got a lap and a bit to do, and it's a twisty turny circuit as well, so it's a bit further than you think it is. I'm going to try and stay with these two from the running club, give them some, this lady from our running club, give her some encouragement to the finish, push her on for a good time if I can. Once we get along here, I'm going to just do a U-turn to the right and then come back to the finish, only 200 metres then. Just going to push past this guy that passed me. Keep up with the runners from our club. He's picked up his pace a little bit, but trying to sneak past on the corner. See the other runners coming in as well off the road part of the circuit. I'll just nip past here on the inside of him. I'm just going to try and catch these two up from our running club then. Don't want to push too hard, don't want to risk an injury, but just try and keep up with them. I'll let them cross the line first.
Come on, everything you've got now to that finish. It's downhill.
So we're both just giving her encouragement
You
now.
can see that finish line.
I think it's always, when you're not tired, it's always easy to give someone encouragement, but if you're the person that's running your heart out, it's really hard when someone's saying, come on, push to the line, not much further, you feel fine, and they're giving it everything. Just telling them to take the shortest line, nearly at the finish now. We actually set off together as well, side by side. It's a really good run. And across the line, that was 35, about 27, I think, something like that. Really good run today.
Oh, you're welcome. To be honest, I struggled to catch when you passed me. Had to put the right effort in. Oh. It's a lot harder than last. To do a course review, you're set up on a go-kart track and it's nice and flat, and then you're out onto the roads, which is flat. Then after about probably a mile and a half, there's a short steep hill. It's probably only 150-200 metres long, short and steep. Then it flattens out fairly quickly. Then there's another bit of a gradual rise, but then you're at the highest point, and then it's a much gentler, long downhill. It sort of goes downhill for a bit and then flat, then downhill again, so you get back down to the road where the bottom of the hill starts, and then it's flat to the finish, and then a lap of the kart track again to the finish line. Lovely course, 5 miles, unusual distance for a race, but really enjoyed it. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Next week back to my usual Saturday park runs.